Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, first off, I'd just like to say thank you to all of my subscribers, recent subscribers. If you look at my channel, you may wonder, hey, he says he's a knife channel, but he's got lock picks and crazy westerns. What's going on here? Well, it's just part of my life, basically. Sometimes you need a distraction, if things are stressing you out, or if you can't afford knives anymore, and you're starting to get bummed out or whatever, or life just, any hobby, you're gonna reach a point where you've got a certain amount of passion, then it kind of like levels off. And for some people it never completely drops off, and other people it drops off precipitously. But with locks and lock picks, I'm not telling anybody anything that's secret knowledge. You can go in and find all this stuff. It's open source, it's not like teaching a bunch of people how to be thieves and stuff. It's just like electricity. Electricity can be used for good or bad. It's just like a knife. A knife can be used for good or bad. It's all in the intent behind it. And if you start getting into lock sport, you'll find that we have like a code of ethics. It's a few simple rules that you follow. If you follow them, you won't get in trouble with the law or anything else, because the only locks that you're picking are the ones you own. So you can do anything you want with your property. You can destroy it, you can pick it, you can take a hacksaw to it, hand grenade if you want. But hobbies are good, to have. And as far as comedy, I know that doesn't. I have a few fans that like, my westerns and stuff, but it's usually when those go up. I know you can't see this anymore because they took away the dislike button, but those always get a thumbs down. And then lock picking is starting to get that way too. There'll be some that thumbs down it. I understand that, you're not leaving a comment, so I just have to make an assumption that you don't like comedy or lockpicking. All right, your opinion has been duly noted, but it's not going to stop me. It's not going to make me feel bad. It's just interesting to me that some people, I might have said something off on the comedy, it might not have struck right, or somebody might have been wanting to watch, something related to knives, and the westerns will probably have them, occasionally in there there'll be a knife that they use in the old westerns. But lockpicking, other than me using the toothpick to open up a lock, a toothpick knife, it's not going to involve too many knives and stuff. So, if you don't want to watch those things, feel free to not watch them. If you don't like them, you can continue to put in the thumbs down. Like I said, it doesn't bother me. And another thing about, like criminals and learning stuff, think about it. Criminals don't want to take the time and effort it takes to learn to pick a lock. I mean, some of this stuff is easy, but if you want to be really good at picking locks, you have to be able to tell the difference between a wafer lock. Not necessarily, you could still pick it open, but it would help if you knew what was going on. Or a warded lock. Believe me, the first time I started picking, I broke some picks trying to pick a warded lock because I thought it was a pin tumbler. And all they are is just things that block. They don't move. They're in there, and I was sitting there, damn, maybe I got to push harder. But anyways, it's fun. And then that community, the lock picking community, the lock sport community, man, they're some of the best people you can meet. They're helpful. They understand. If you put up a video and you say, man, I don't know what's going on. I've been trying with this lock, and sometimes I can get it, and sometimes I can't. See, for example, this looks like any other, lock or anything, but these are actually easier to pick, because if you look, see that brass up there? That's a wafer. This is one that Paul Springett out in Australia sent to me, and it's a wafer lock. And I'll just demonstrate this while I'm talking. But it can get deep. I mean, with me, I wanted to learn how to pick every kind of lock, every style of lock out there. You know, if it interested me or if it was anything like that, I would try to pick it. Now you can, I'm trying to find a pick over here. I wasn't quite prepared for this. This guy will work. It's just a little hook. Alright, so it's the same thing. You're applying a little tension, and you're going to go up and check the first. It looks like a pin, but it's just a wafer. It's just a flat piece, and it's not doing anything, so, you know, you just go back to the next one you can find, and you just work your way. And sometimes these things will slightly move like a pin tumbler. The core will slightly move, and you go, and you just go back and forth with each one. They're usually easier to pick than a pin tumbler, but not always. And see, this doesn't have a little, you know, catch thing on it either, because it's operating on another principle in there, holding the shackle. But still, now to close these, you can just redo it. And then here you can see what is known as the bitting. So all the way back here is a pin that was way up, had to be set. And then this is a little bit lower, and then a little lower. So we got 3 pins, 4 pins. It's a 5-pin wafer lock. You don't have to know that to pick it. But if you get interested in stuff, you know, history of things and everything, I started getting into the antique locks. Just looking at them, you know, this is a different way of picking, you know, these old type of skeleton locks. But if you know what you're doing, you can take like an Allen key and use it for the tensioner, and then it's kind of like a wafer lock. You're moving these, you know, stacks back and forth until it's like a puzzle. Once you reach it, boom, it opens. And I don't know, if you don't like that, that's what I said, don't get completely involved in lock picking if the first lock that you pick open doesn't excite you. If you open it and you go, and you don't have any desire, you know, to pick another one, then stop. You basically saved yourself from, you know, another hobby or addiction. It can be an addiction. You can get carried away, like I did. I mean, I spent years, you know, buying locks, and I'd go on eBay and look for antique locks and place bids and be pissed off when somebody beat me by 5 cents or something, you know, at the last second. But you can, there's just a lot of history in it, you know, like this is a Postal Log. And there's only 3 pins in it, but it's weird. You know, you're looking at it and going, what? There's no, you know, like warding like you would normally see, and the pins are way the hell back there. But it can be picked, and when it does open, this number changes. So that's kind of cool, you know, and it has some history to it. And you have some other ones that are like that was used. This was also used on the U.S. mail bags and stuff, the registered mail. And it's just got it's the same thing. It's, you know, it's kind of like a handcuff key in there and stuff, you know, but it's got these, you find out where to tension it, and you move it around, and boom, you can open this guy. This one doesn't have a counter on it or anything. But just like with knives and locks, there can be people that specialize in only combination locks, or only safes, or only high security locks. You know, so it's really up to you how deep you want to get into it, how far you want to get into it. And if you just start watching some videos on lock picking and start commenting, you know, on the videos that you like, you'll start meeting some people, and then you just tell them your interest about it, or if you're having any problem, and boom, you got some new friends, you know, and everybody could use a new friend. But anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. That's an update on my channel. When I reach 1,000 subscribers, now it's going to have to steady out, but when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to have a giveaway, and it's going to be open to anybody, anywhere. As far as the shipping goes, I'm in the knives, I'm thinking about just doing like 1 or 2 giveaways. Either I do one where it's America only for 2 reasons. One is that I don't have restrictions on, you know, filling out a customs form and stuff getting nailed at the border and all the other stuff. I can put, you know, flipper knives and all the stuff. I'll try not to make it anything like an automatic knife or something that might be illegal in your state, you know. And it's going to be on you if you win to tell me, hey, this is not, you know, legal in my state or something. You know, I doubt if it's going to be in that, you know, something like that. Or probably a traditional knife. And then for outside the United States, basically for shipping and customs and stuff like that, I'm going to have to limit it to something that, you know, would be like UK legal. You know, it won't necessarily be this, but it'll still be like, I'm thinking about a good knife, you know, like get a case knife or something like that, some particular pattern. Maybe I'll have a survey and find out what traditional pattern knife would you like if you were to win one, you know, over there, and see what's the most popular, and then buy one of those and have it sent to me and look at it, make sure that it's, you know, fit and finish is good and everything, and then send it to the winner. Anyways, that's just a little update, a little heads up. I've got some knives to review and stuff. Toby and family are still sending me knives and things. This is a very nice little wood carving type of knife with all these different tools. Kind of like the charade one that you see in the old timer. But I haven't used it yet. I just got it the other day. So anyways, there's a heads up on what's upcoming, what's going on, what's happening. And once again, thank you to everyone that subscribed. And once we reach 1,000, we'll have a giveaway. So if you haven't subscribed, think about it, because you could win a knife. And I'm going to make it, you know, not like, you know, something really cheesy or stuff. It's going to be probably like a mid-range knife. Now, the other thing is, I don't have a whole lot of money. So you may have to wait, especially on if it's an overseas shipping thing and stuff like that. USA, a 2-pound priority mail thing, it's about like $9, $10, something like that. Outside the United States, it goes on weight. And even a priority mail, I think you're only limited like 2 or 4 pounds. Whereas here in America, you can cram as much as you can in a box. Just ask Pete when he gets that box. It's got all strapping tape on it. It's bulging at the seams. Like, I got everything in there except for one lock. Anyways, it's based on weight and stuff. So it's usually 3-4 times the shipping cost. So I'm going to cover the shipping cost. That's the thing. I'm going to cover the shipping cost. If you win, all you got to do is just let me know. You know, we're already talking about the giveaway. It hadn't happened, but I'm just giving you the, you know, this just heads up. All you got to do is, you know, verify who you are and give me your address, and then I'll ship it to you. And that's what I said about shipping and shipping cost. It may take me, you know, some time. I can do the giveaway, but it may take me some time to ship the stuff if you know, win. So anyway, there you go. That's why these fast speeds are good for stuff, you know, because then I talk like a chipmunk, and you get through all this other stuff pretty fast. You save yourself some time. I don't do that to everybody. There's only a couple of them, and I'm not going to mention them, the channels, so they won't develop a complex. But there are some that you can speed up easily and still understand them, and they don't sound like a chipmunk. But if you start getting past 1.5 and up to 2x and stuff, yeah, they can sound like that, like chipmunks. Anyways, there you go. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.